listen to the old Pork Chop Express and take his advice on a dark and stormy night, all right? When some wild-eyed 8-foot-tall maniac grabs your neck, taps the back of your favorite head up against a barroom wall, and he looks you crooked in the eye and he asks you if you've paid your dues, well, you just stare that big sucker right back in the eye and you remember what old Jack Burton always says at a time like that. Have you paid your dues, Jack? Yes, sir, the check is in the mail.
Let's turn a little bit better. Okay, now, everybody can see us. We've got the fake Gordon Ryan style gi. Doesn't say Gordon. Don't let him trick you. Hand comes across, cross grip on the lapel. Hand comes to the sleeve, same side. All right? If best, please don't unlock your legs and put them down on the ground. Okay? I understand you're new, you may have to do that. I'm going to lift my butt up by driving my calves into his hip and turn on my side. And this outside knee comes driving up. All right, my hand is on top of my thigh and my foot is capping the side of his waist and my shin is all the way across his chesticles down to his belly. All right, I got a good brace. Self-defense, can't punch me in the face. All right, unless he's good at leg locks, he can grab my leg here, but he has to get all his legs out of that situation and around my hips. So I still have a lot of room to play with, okay? When this comes over, I'm going to push the shit out of him that way, because if he falls over, well, he sucks. That's great, and I'll just climb on top. But he doesn't want to get pushed over, so he'll push back into me. And when he does, I want to try to load him up. So I'm gonna pull him at the same time. Don't make your knee too far up, then you can't load him up. You can bring him down a little bit. That's going to change with different people. So don't say, well, you said your knee's supposed to be up by the shoulder. Well, use some common sense, okay? Now, you get to load it up. He broke that 90-degree plane. This leg will scissor underneath him, kicking his knee out as this one kicks over. So my legs are doing that, all right? Don't you dare let go of the sleeve. You come up and get on your forehead and lace yourself to mount, or if he tries to come back over, get your foot under this leg, kick his hips back up, and come up to a side control position, okay? Number one, scissor one. Hand comes to the sleeve, hand comes to the collar. I lift up, get into my bracing position. I may push into him with a high knee, but when I pull back into him, I'm gonna make sure it comes a little bit lower so I can load him up. And then that timing is when he feels a smidgen a bit weightless, I sweep with my scissor, all right? This foot comes in, hit the heel to the thigh, drive yourself up, keeping your head to the mat, all right? Why am I doing that? That's a different class. Okay. Version number two. Hand on the sleeve. Hand on the lapel. Same scenario. Drive up. Push into him. Very strong. I go to load him up. Oh, he fights back. He goes back. Back and forth. Back and forth. Starts to lean to that side, even though if I loaded him up, that would sweep him better. But I'm having problems breaking him down. Very athletic, very agile. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. This sweeping leg comes, I push myself out and get my foot on that knee. And I kick it. I kick it to where his leg goes either straight back or his groin rips in half and his leg goes out that way. I kick it, boom. And he should slide over or fall down like that. And same thing, I will cross myself up to mount or go into a side control. If my person is an asshole like me, I push the leg out and he just stays like this. Look at me, I'm so strong. This is dumb shit I do sometimes. Then I'll just take his hand and I'm gonna yank it out like I'm trying to start a lawnmower. But I'm gonna drive this up under his chin. Okay? That way I don't want to make sure his head can't come with it. I come up so his chin has to turn, that means his body has to turn. And I just need to come down a little bit, okay? I just want to get him off his knees, okay? Always get to dominant position. Mount, side control, whatever it is, okay? Even a north-south, all right? And then start attacking. Instantly start attacking once the position is set, all right? Anybody need to see those again? No? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Look at the shoulder escape. Similar position. This hand's gonna come on the inside and grab the bicep or inside the armpit with a C grip, like this. This hand's gonna come over and grab the shoulder, like that, all right? I'm going to walk myself towards him and pull his shoulder down and reach for this leg, all right? When I capture that leg, I pull it out, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull and turn, pulling my elbow to the mat as I pull and pop my head out from the back side, all right? Be careful, you roll up to the top, you can get caught in half guard, okay? So at this point, I would come up, lace my leg out, and then drive it back across for a leg drag position, all right? Or come into your typical side control position. Shoulder escape. What I'm trying to do is get his angle from here to here, and then hopefully that will flare his knee out a little bit so I can catch it. So I'm inside here, and I'm pulling as I walk myself to him, and I try to catch that knee, all right? His foot might be right there, and his knee might be just slightly like that. I'm about to slip this foot in and pull it out and capture, all right? Now I'm gonna take this arm that's easily be attacked and drive that back to the mat as I back myself out, come up into him, pull this leg out, go into like a leg drag position. I can come up to top side control, step back over, or keep it like this and roll back and take the back position from here. Whatever works best for you and your game. Just understand you must transition out into a dominant position. The next one is the running escape, okay? So now, well, yeah, I gotta do it, that's fine. Okay, so you can see this angle. Same position with my hands. This arm's coming back inside and getting up inside that armpit. And I'm gonna make sure my elbow is always pinned to his belly. I don't wanna keep it exposed to where you can manipulate my arm either down for an arm bar or across for a choke. So I'm keeping it here, and come here, all right? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep walking towards him, very similar to the shoulder escape, but maybe I can't get to his leg. And so he just keeps walking away and walking away. I'm going to then walk back, scissor my legs, drive up. Stepping up with my outside leg. Some are gonna fall back this way, some are gonna stay like this. It doesn't matter. I'm coming up to my knees, to my feet, to pull my head out and come up to another dominant position, all right? I could come up and try to trap the arm into the crucifix position and catch back control right here, getting my points, and start my attack sequence. As we escape, remember, we've got to get to a dominant position. So I'm stuck in a bad case of katami, okay? Arm comes in, controls. Come over, I'm trying to grab his shoulder, similar to the shoulder escape. I'm going to turn my hips and start running because I'm trying to capture that leg. And as he keeps going, I'm gonna make space, driving my elbow back to the mat and turning my hips down, all right? If you can clasp your hands, that's great. You can pretty much do whatever you want at this point, but come up and get that outside leg up. So that way you have a way to keep yourself posted. You don't get pushed back down for some reason, all right? So come up, boom, and take whatever position's available for me. That's the running escape. The next one is the bridge. Bridge escape works only if I get his momentum far enough this way, okay? It doesn't work if this hand doesn't post. This hand has to post. 2 ways to escape. So I get my hips close to him. I'm gonna bridge and make sure that my eyebrow tries to hit the mat. And that makes sure that his arm comes all the way out. If he keeps his weight settled, I just backdoor out, because this arm inside no more has a latch. If I do that hip and he starts pushing back into cases, that's when I roll him back over. So it's dependent upon his weight distributions and how he shifts back into place. This one you can lock under the body if possible, like this, any grip that works best for you. But I'm into him, it will not work unless his hand's posted. So if I do this, and try to take him over, I'm gonna break my ribs. But if I post, and remember, I don't think about my hips coming up, I think about trying to get my eyebrow to the mat. If I do that, my hips have to come up. So if I go, then the hip escape becomes easy because he pushes back into me for his own leverage, all right?